Kelsey Childress on ABC 13 News. From ABC 13, you're watching Living in the Heart of Virginia with Emily Robinson and Kaci Latimore.
We're ready to get our shopping on today on Living in the Heart of Virginia. I'm Emily Robinson. Kaci Latimore is out. Later on, we're highlighting ways to shop smart and save big. We're sharing details on a major local sale where you could score $60 worth of supplements for free, plus a brand new product created by a local eye doctor that could help protect your eyes and your vision for years to come. Plus, if you love to shop local and support nonprofits in our area, you can do both at the same time with the story Kaci has for you later today. And they're looking for more merchants to join the great cause, so stay close for that later on in the half hour. But first, we're going on a treasure hunt with a brand new consignment shop in our area. This segment is sponsored by the Central Virginia Business Coalition. I found a hidden gem in the heart of Forest, the brand new store Begin Again Consignment. And they have everything from local vendors to yummy fresh sourdough bread to antiques to even local artists. Let's take a closer look at what they have to offer.
Begin Again Consignment was born because I was given the opportunity to change my career path. And I decided that I wanted to do something I've always wanted to do. I love renewing furniture, just home decor, wanting to just, preserve the antique life, but make it more modern and give other people a chance to do that as well. So I've been collaborating with different local vendors to see if they wanted to bring their merchandise in here, and that's where we can all begin again.
And there are so many treasures in here. Of course, we want to start with the idea of what's coming up. Father's Day, and there's a lot of gift ideas for Dad. Tell me more about that.
So we have a whole section of Dad stuff, and basically Dad stuff could be, we have beer steins from Germany, we have beer mugs, we have pipes, we have coffee grinders, we have an old Zenith radio, we have everything.
And you definitely have some antique treasures here as well. Tell me more about this.
So a lot of my customers, I'll call them my partners instead of consigners, they have either lost their parents recently or they are the parents that are trying to declutter before their kids have to declutter. One of my biggest partners is, she lost her parents several years ago and has held on to their furniture, and he was in the Army, and he has a lot of nice pieces from Germany. And so we have a lot of things from Germany here. We have a gorgeous antique desk. We have the wine decanters behind me. We have people such as Salvage Memories. We have an artist, her name is Faye Harris. We've just got different people in here just showcasing their treasures because they want to begin again somewhere else. We have candles from Colby Westwood. She does her candles out in Amherst, and she wanted to come over to the forest world. And we also have Wildflowers, who has all kinds of sourdough yummies, and she stocks our kitchen.
And you even have a Renaissance era piece. Tell me more about that.
So we have a Renaissance hall tree that comes from the lady I was discussing, where her parents were just collectors of all things amazing. And the fact that it has a crack in the mirror, the distorted of the mirror where it has the black in it, just makes you think that it's still beautiful, and it's just basically in the eyes of who's looking into it.
Oh, I love the idea of that. And you need to spend a little bit of time in here because you already have over 1,200 pieces, right?
We do. We've already tagged over 1,200 pieces, and we already have over 40 consigners, and we just opened on the 17th. So we are a consignment shop. We are 50-50, and basically after 45 days, if your item is still here, it will be discounted 20%. And then at 60 days, you are more than welcome to come back and get your item, or you can donate it, or I'm so customer oriented that if you want to have something different with me, we can work on a different contract. We can have where you want to leave it here and you want to go down, discount it gradually. And if you're someone who continues to stock my store, I'll be definitely willing to work on the different the different price points and percentages with you.
And there's plenty of accessories, furniture, and for people like me who like to dress up, you've got jewelry, you've got purses, all kinds of fun stuff.
Absolutely. We're working on our jewelry shelf, and now we have our display shelf ready to go. We're just trying to get in some new pieces, and actually, you know, we're starting to collect different high-end jewelry and the different handbags. We've already sold a couple Coaches. We have Michael Kors. We have all kinds of good stuff.
There's even food here and there and everywhere.
There's food, yes, and we have coffee by Oliver and Puff Company. I've always said you can start your day with a little bourbon. So one of them is called vanilla bourbon, one of them is salted caramel, and one of them is southern pecan.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. So come out, stop by,
Absolutely.
Come again and again, because you're going to find new treasures every time.
Correct. We will be restocking, I'm sure, daily. If I can keep up with the pace, I would suggest you come once a week, and especially on Fridays and Saturdays, because that's when the kitchen will be restocked with the sourdough.
Excellent. And speaking of which, what are your hours?
The hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to 3.
To check out Begin Again Consignment for yourself, it's located on Burnbridge Road in Forest. Give them a ring at 434-379-8433. Visit their Facebook page or head online to beginagainconsignment.com. Shop local and support a nonprofit of your choice. Kaci has the details on the website that has it all at your fingertips when we return.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Mark Paul Gosselaar has me starstruck.
This was a Saturday morning show.
Oh, I know. You don't have to tell me. Then a man uplifting others one brunch at a time.
Weekdays at 4, only on ABC 13. Trust ABC 13 News, because accountability matters.
What would be your main focus for the kids here in the Jersey schools?
Having conversations with students, with families. What can we improve upon?
Watch now on the ABC 13 YouTube page.
This segment is sponsored by Shop, Click, Give. Ever wondered what buying a bag of caramel can really do? With Shop, Click, Give, one sweet purchase can help support a local nonprofit or a school of your choice. Kaci has the inside on the mission and how you can support your neighbors with just a few clicks.
ShopClickGive.com is simply a website where you can purchase from local businesses, both their products and services. And those businesses have agreed to give a small percentage of your sale to the nonprofit or charity of your choice. That's all handled through Shop Click Give. We're here, as you mentioned, at Mission House Coffee. They were one of the first people who recognized the advantages of being on Shop Click Give and have been really supportive of what we do. You can enjoy Mission House Coffee at your house, either buy a gift certificate online or buy a bag of coffee. And so every sip, you're essentially raising money for your favorite charity, nonprofit, or school.
And I love that. So then I want to get into the segue of what made this happen for you. What brought that idea of Shop Click Give?
A few years ago, we were trying to promote a website that uses big box stores for fundraising. And I was in a talk show in Charlottesville on radio. And one of the callers said, this is great to provide extra sales to big box, give them recognition. There is nothing for local businesses. And I thought about that, and he's right. So we created Shop Click Give to be local businesses. People talk about buying local, and how do you do it? Well, we have a website you can go to buy local.
Is there a need right now when it comes to people being a part of Shop Click and Give? So nonprofits, can they join you right now? Things of that sort.
We're brand new. We're needing more merchants to join companies like Mission House Coffee. It's no cost to sign up, no monthly costs. You just agree to give a small percentage of your sale to the nonprofit, school, or charity of the buyer's choice. We're also looking for more nonprofits. We have a lot locally. If you're a nonprofit or school wanting a unique way to raise money, take a look at our donation projection sheet on the homepage of Shop Click Give. And finally, we've expanded the gateway to not just fundraising, but also if you are a member organization and you have a group of businesses that support you, Shop Click Give through our enterprise gateway actually allows you to turn your business list into a source of revenue.
When it comes to memberships, how's that sign-up process go?
We work, for instance, with Central Virginia Business Coalition, and they have a domain called the Central Virginia Buy Local Directory. Everyone who's a member of CVABC, and only those people, they get a free membership on Shop Click Give, which is free and open to anybody, but to be listed on CVABC site, you have to be a member of the originals.
This is bigger than Lynchburg. We're online, but anywhere this can be used.
We realized in the very beginning that what we had to do was start locally, and we're very involved in the community, but this is not going to be just local. We have people ask, I have a school in Kansas City. How do I participate? Well, first of all, we have certain products that ship anywhere, like, quite frankly, Mission House Coffee. They can sell everywhere. So we have a few products that your school could start out with. The material that we give you to help you raise money also encourages people who receive it, who are normally members of your school that own a business. We encourage them to sign up. So pretty soon you're having your local businesses. Plus we have an affiliate program to help pay to try to get the word out.
People know they can reach the website, look into everything, and even reach out to you when it comes to more.
Absolutely.
Anything else you wanted to share with us today?
If anyone has any questions, just go to admin@shopclickgive.com.
If you have a nonprofit you'd love to support, or you want to be a merchant for Shop Click Give, head online to shopclickgive.com for it all. Up next, Amy the Cooking Mom's easy, tasty beer bread recipe. Cozy, quick, and yes, there's beer. More after the break. Love warm, fresh bread, but short on time? Amy the Cooking Mom has an easy, delicious beer bread recipe you'll want to try.
Hey everybody, I'm the Cooking Mom, Amy Hanton, and I have a really fun, delicious, easy recipe that your family will love. It is a 4-ingredient beer bread, and it goes great with soups, stews, whatever. The perfect last-minute side dish. All right, the first thing we're going to do is start with 3 cups of self-rising flour, and that's really important. You want to get the self-rising, not the all-purpose flour. Then we're going to add 1/4 cup of sugar and then 1 bottle of your favorite beer, just whatever you've got in the house. I like a lighter beer. Now, I just want to let you know, if you don't have self-rising flour, you can still make this beer bread, just a little modification. Use all-purpose flour and whisk together with that a teaspoon of salt and 4½ teaspoons of baking powder, and you can actually make your own self-rising flour and then add the sugar and the beer. So I'm just mixing this together. It's kind of a lumpy batter, so don't be concerned about this. What I love about this is a quick bread recipe. You don't need to let it rise. Anybody can make this, even if you're not a baker. I buttered or sprayed a loaf pan, and then the other ingredient is some butter, a little or a lot of butter. I'm using about 1/4 cup of melted butter. You can even use up to 1 stick. Fun add-ins that you could add into this, some cheddar cheese or any type of shredded cheese, a cup or so. You can do some fresh or dried herbs. We just like it plain though, so it's up to you. I've got the oven preheated to 375 degrees. It's okay if it's a little bit lumpy. You don't want to overmix this batter. And then the last thing you're going to do is drizzle that melted butter right over the top. It bakes for about 45 minutes. The top should be golden brown. The butter is what makes it so yummy, and we love to serve this in my house warm out of the oven with a little extra butter. It is so yummy. I think your family will absolutely love this. As I always say, cook up some memories, and we'll see you next time.
We've all had that heart-stopping moment. You're halfway to your destination and you realize no phone. But don't panic. The Prox PRD could save the day next time.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
I really hate when I accidentally leave my phone at home, but I've gone too far down the road to turn around and go back and look for it. Well, with Prox PRD, which stands for Phone Reminder Device, I no longer have to have anxiety or frustration over losing or forgetting my phone. This is a one-of-a-kind phone reminder device. It's compatible with Samsung, Apple, iPhone, and Google Pixel. This simple little square, it pairs with your phone and there's no app needed. And there's no tracking. It alerts you when you're 50 to 150 feet away from your phone. And it has this great little hole here so that you can put it on your keychain, a bag, or your purse. But there is a bonus feature that I really love. This also becomes a remote selfie clicker. Check this out. Isn't that fun? It's easy to use, and it's a great gift for yourself or those friends or family that are forgetful. Right now, we're offering 31% off of Prox devices. Head on over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer, and no more losing your phone.
Coming up, how a local doctor's new product could help protect your vision, and and how you can score $60 worth of supplements for free. That story is just ahead. This segment is sponsored by Nature's Outlet. If you've ever worried about your eye health, especially as you age, this next story is for you. A local eye doctor has created a brand new supplement designed to help protect your vision and support long-term macular health. I headed out to Nature's Outlet to take a closer look at what's inside and how it could benefit you or a loved one.
Well, we have a supplement line that mimics the macular degeneration product that people might see in the drugstore. This is called the AREDS formula. It's the age-related eye disease formula 2, commonly seen in drugstores, but ours is different. The NIH has been doing studies for 15 or 20 years on what supplements exactly are needed for macular degeneration. And they put a very simple formula together that actually decreases the risk of dry macular degeneration going to wet macular degeneration by 30%, so that's a huge number. So every person with dry macular degeneration of a certain level should be taking an AREDS 2 supplement. But ours is different because it has 25 milligrams of zinc in it rather than the 80 milligrams of zinc that you would find in the other brands. The reason this is important is that 80 milligrams of zinc is a very high dose. The FDA recommends that the average person get 20 milligrams of zinc. So you can imagine 4 times the zinc level going into your body every single day for years over years can potentially have toxicities. It can interfere with other medications that you take. It can also interfere with other minerals that your body desperately needs, like copper and others, and so it's important. So our formula works, is equally efficacious, works just as well as the AREDS 2 formula that you would find in other drugstores, but it's a lot safer for the average person. So there are 2 types of macular degeneration, the so-called dry and the so-called wet. I mean, it's the kind of disease that you might not even know that you have. It can be asymptomatic, but when it's symptomatic, dry macular degeneration can cause blurred vision, maybe distorted vision where something that's straight might have a curve to it. I even sometimes diagnose people with wet macular degeneration right off the bat, where you can have some more profound visual loss, distortion, blocked vision. So if you have any of these symptoms, macular degeneration is a retinal disease. I'm a retinal specialist. The macula is the part of your retina that gives you the fine 20/20 vision. So this is a degeneration of that very specific part of the retina called the macula. And it's just important to get it diagnosed, because if you have it, you know you need to be on an AREDS 2 formula. And also you need to know, so you can be checking your eyes daily to know if it changes from dry to wet, that you need to get to a doctor, because we do have other treatments for wet macular degeneration.
And speaking of which, it's very important to treat one way or another, because potentially you could lose your vision, right?
Right. Macular degeneration is the #1 cause of blindness in the United States in people over the age of 60. You know, obviously, if you could not, you'd lose your independence if you couldn't see. I have patients who are completely healthy otherwise and may have very severe macular degeneration and lost vision in one or both eyes, and they just tremendously lose their ability to drive a car or live in the house alone. And so it's heartbreaking to see people who could be helped by either this with dry macula or the injections that we do for wet macula. It's just so important to get this disease diagnosed.
And you have other supplements with you today. Tell me about what these are used for.
Yeah, we decided to branch out once we started with our eye formula. We now have 3 other formulas in our line. We have a nerve formula, which is used for diabetics, mostly for diabetics who have peripheral neuropathy, we call it, which is tingling or weakness in your nerves and your periphery. We have a vascular formula, which is for, again, diabetics, but it could be even if you're healthy, just to try to prevent vascular disease. It has a really good combination of supplements and vitamins that are used to prevent vascular disease. And the third one is a very strong, but yes, very, very efficacious, we call it cell control. It's an antioxidant, and just a strong antioxidant for just general immunity and general health.
And Dr. Vogel, it must be very exciting to help treat your patients in this area, not only in the office itself, but out here with these supplements as well. And you care very much about, folks, and you want to make sure the right amount of medication or supplementation is actually going to them. Talk about creating this formulation.
This formula, the AREDS formula, came out, 15, 20 years ago, and I've been telling people to go to the drugstore to get it, always with the thought in my mind that 80 milligrams was so high, and I eventually decided, I need to do something about this myself because I want my patients to be healthy, and so that's why I created this formula. I thought about my own patients, and so I have, thousands of macular degeneration patients, that I recommend vitamins to every year. And so I'm always telling them the difference between 80 and 25 and why I think my formula is superior. But then the need for things that help the aging population exist, and so this is just a disease that is exploding, all over the United States, and so it's just an important formula.
And where can folks find your formulations?
I have a very strong relationship with Nature's Outlet. You mentioned my office is only a mile up the road, and that really is convenient for me, and I'm just so appreciative of the people who work here and the owners who have allowed me to put the formula in here. It's just a great store with great integrity, great reputation, and so I feel really good about sending my patients down here, and then I'm hopeful that they'll look around and buy other things so we can keep strengthening, that relationship.
And you can find Dr. Vogel's supplements in all Nature's Outlet locations. Plus, stock up this Saturday with the one-day only sale at Nature's Outlet in Lynchburg. In addition to the 25% off, the first 100 customers get a gift bag valued at over $60. For details, visit their Facebook page or call 434-215-3102. And we'll be right back. That's a wrap for today, but on Monday's show, a bittersweet celebration. One local church is preparing for their final service. More on Monday. Bye now.
You're watching ABC 13, news coverage you can count on.